Today we're going to do quarter 2, week 5, lesson 4. This video will explain how to write an equation from a table. So let's take a look at today's assignment. We'll do 2 or 3 of these together. There are a total of 6 questions. So we'll look at question number 1. It says write the equation for the table using slope-intercept form. The equation should be written y equals mx plus b, where m is slope and y is the y-intercept. So there's only 2 things that you need to know, what slope is and what the y-intercept is. And so here's how I do this. And so I got to figure out what slope is, and I got to figure out what the y-intercept is. And so for me, the first thing I look at is, okay, right here, the x is 0, so that means that the y-intercept is 3. And then I also, then I look at this part of it. How do I find the slope? And if you've been doing the assignments up for this point, you should know how to do the slope from a table already. I can notice that from here to here, it goes plus 1. And from here to here, it goes plus 4. I know that slope is rise over run. And so what's interesting is the y tells me the rise, and the x tells me the run. And so the rise is 1, the run is 4. And so then when I write my equation, it's y equals whatever the slope is, in this case it's 1/4, x, and then plus the y-intercept, which is 3. And so I would type that in down here in the equation. I would type in y equals, and I don't want caps, so y equals, and then I would put 1/4 x, and then because it's 3, I put plus 3. So y equals 1/4 x plus 3. Let's take a look at the next question. I still need to know the same 2 things. I need to know what slope is, and I need to know what the y-intercept is. And so again, in this case, I want to look where the x is 0. That tells me that the y-intercept is 3. I can see that from here to here, it is plus 2. And from here to here, it is plus 1. Again, this is the rise. This is the run. So the slope is 2 over 1. I write the equation y equals, and then because this can reduce the 2, I would write y equals 2x plus 3. And then I would type that in, y equals 2x plus 3. Let's scroll down and take a look at number 5. Same thing. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find out what slope is, and then I'm gonna find out what the y-intercept is. So the y-intercept is x is 0, so that means that the y-intercept has to be this. So this is -6. And then from here to here, be careful, -5 to -6 is actually -1. And then from here to here, -8 to 0 is +8. And so my rise is here. And my run is here. And so I've got -1 over 8. And so I would write y equals -1 over 8 x minus 6. Now I could put plus -6, but it's the same thing to put -6. So type it in, y equals -1 over 8x minus 6. And that would be the answer to this. Now, I've done 3 of these questions. One thing I want you to be aware of, let's say that for some reason your top number was positive for your slope. So let's say that your slope was, let's be clear, this has nothing to do with any of these problems, but let's say that your slope was -1 and the bottom number was -8. A negative over a negative is going to turn positive, so this becomes 1 over 8. So that when you type it in, you would type in positive 1 over 8. Another thing that is tricky is, let's say that it is a positive 1 on top and a -8 on bottom. When you write this out, you would write y equals -1 over 8. Because the one negative makes the entire fraction negative. So just be careful there. Notice that this has nothing to do with any of the problems. It's just a reminder in case you come across that in future problems. We'll go ahead and submit the 3 that we've done. Notice how I didn't leave any spaces in my answer, so like there's no spaces there. And also notice I used a lowercase y and a lowercase x. It's very important that you use lowercase y and lowercase x. So then we'll go ahead and click submit. We'll click OK. I know there's 3 questions that aren't answered. Those are the ones I want you to do. You'll notice I got 3 out of 6. I got this question right, and I got this question right. Didn't answer, and then I've got this question right. All right, take your time and do the best you can. Thank you.